Well, perfect timing to start our show. We're seeing APRN making a move here at $8.55. All right, we'll get into the details of that in just a second. All right, so this morning is a day kind of in transition. We bounced off major technical support levels on RK and SPY, very close. 432 was the support. We bounced off 433 on Friday. RK perfectly off of 39.50 on Friday. So now it's trying to find a bottom. Market's trying to find at least a temporary bottom. Now, this morning I gave you my thesis that I think any kind of move here is going to be relatively short-lived. As long as we're below the 50-day moving average on SPY, I might short if we get to $444 on SPY. And then the other thing I'm worried about, RK, we have a bearish cross that just formed right there, a 2050 bearish cross. So what I'm hoping for is a couple, two, three good days, and then raise some cash, maybe get some hedge. That's my plan. I was a little scary this morning because I'm like, are we even going to get that? It looks like it's hanging in there, but this morning was a little bit scary as SPY went down and went red for a little bit. But man, I am hoping it looks a little healthier now. But let's get those 2 or 3 good days. And we got Jackson Hole on Friday. We have NVIDIA Wednesday. Both of these will be major market moving events, which will determine what happens with this rally. Is it just going to be a bear market rally, dead cat bounce? Is it going to be a resumption of the bull market, or is it going to put us back? Is it going to put us in bear market territory in regards to some of the key moving averages? So we won't know that until we get NVIDIA earnings and then Jackson Hole from Jerome Powell on Friday. All right. So that being said, let's dig into some of these. Now, this morning, we did give you some ideas that are working really well, but I do want to really cover some of these stocks that we've been holding strong, and it's been difficult. Overstock's been down big. APRN, big correction this morning, but we backed up the truck. We'll get into all these. LAP's been down, but we're holding strong. SMSI is making a comeback. Yatra's breaking out. GNSS, some important news we'll tell you about in just a second. Now, this morning we gave you Tesla, and Tesla has been working beautifully. I wish I made that a top 5. We actually bought it, and we even bought some call options off of the news from Baird this morning with a $300 price target. It looks really good, but I'll tell you, I think it only looks good till about 240, maybe 248. We'll see, but that's going to be moving down rapidly. So I'm not going to hold this forever. I'm going to hold this maybe for a couple days, try to get 238 to 240, something like that. That's on Tesla. AI, we got shaken out of, but it's been generally upward direction today with the news, with the U.S. Air Force news, I believe that was. I'm surprised it didn't do better, to be honest with you. SMCI working really well with the NVIDIA move that's coming up ahead of earnings Wednesday. SMCI really needs to catch up. The PE on this is super low. What's the trailing PE is 21. The forward PE even lower. So SMCI, probably one of the cheapest big cap AI stocks out there, even cheaper than NVIDIA. So that's the big picture from this morning, but I really want to dig into these, and APRN's moving right now. So let's just cover this. APRN, we bought as low as $8 today. We backed up the truck. This is one of our larger positions now. So this was a smaller position because I'd viewed it as something riskier. You should know the thesis now, but basically after collaboration with a few seasoned fundamental investors, one of whom you've seen Chris Tuttle on our show last week, and others who I've collaborated with in private, this is a very unique situation where you have both seasoned fundamental investors who believe in this story and believe the stock is cheap now. You also have technical traders who are into this. And then you also have the meme traders, the stock twits, the people looking for short squeezes. who are really into the stock. This is like a micro float, like 2 million shares in the float, 28% short, $30 million cash, no debt, guiding for a flip to profitability sometime early to mid next year. So things are looking really good for APRN. So we decided to not be afraid of this drop today and just buy more. And that's what we did. So now one of our largest positions, I'm looking for, this one here, 1050. Definitely looking for 1050, and we'll see from there. But we've been telling you for a long time, like 15 to 20 is where I think it could go. But I've been waiting for a catalyst to trigger it without the catalyst. I guess the catalyst is the earnings report, and it's still got the momentum since the earnings report, and it's capturing a lot of attention on social media as well. So very exciting stock to be in right now. That's APRN. LAP, I'll get to Overstock. Listen to the story. The thesis hasn't changed, and I could be wrong, but to me, the risk reward, and I went through this, like if they have to do another financing, you're down another 20%. If they don't get, the money from Rivada, you're down 50%. But what's the upside? If they do get the money from Rivada and they do get it on time, this is a $5 to $10 stock. If, maybe $7 to $10 stock, sometime in the next 6 to 12 months. So I really, really like the risk reward on this. And I also think from a near term perspective, given the calculus I just did, that you could, in the near term, see the stock move into this range. I've been waiting for this and it hasn't happened, but moving into the 150 to 175 range. So that hasn't happened yet. Maybe I've jumped the gun in terms of trying to assess what the rest of the market will think, or maybe we just have to wait a few days. So I'm holding tight on LLAP, looking for 150 to 175 in the near term. SMSI, last week I was telling our community, I think the entry zone here is anywhere from about 130 to 150. Got as low as 139, and now it's having a nice bounce today. RSI really reset nicely. So I think we can challenge the high again at 170, 172. So you're in good shape right now if you're an SMSI, I believe, with a big catalyst coming up shortly, that being the AT&T launch. Yatra, man, I've been accumulating on the way. We've been averaging up on Yatra like almost every day since we got in first thing in the morning on August 10th at 220. We've been averaging in. The price action really strong. There's very limited supply. We have a big catalyst coming up with the India IPO. So looking for 275. Well, Rex told me maybe 260 to 265, but I was looking for 275 to 3. He sees a little resistance at 260 to 265 first that maybe has to be taken care of. But to me, that's like the technical move on anticipation of the catalyst. Once the catalyst comes through, that be the IPO pricing, the IPO date, then we reassess. We see what the pricing is, we see what the date is, and maybe there's a chance for 4. I know Matt Kolb, who's been telling us about this, he's been looking for 4+, but that's some speculation, right? Because we don't know what it's going to be priced at in India. But potential for this to be priced somewhere around $4. That's going to be real interesting. So holding on tight right now. We haven't sold any of that Yatra yet. Maybe we'll shave some off at those resistance levels we talked about, 260, 265, 270, 275, something like that. We'll see. But for now, we even added today. We added more at like $2.50, I believe. So Yatra looking good. All right. There was some news on GNSS. So GNSS, we covered this on Tuttle Trades last week. If you're a VIP, you can hop on over to storytrading.com/app, and you can actually, let me see if we tag GNSS in that video. Hold on. We have in our archives a video on, this was Tuttle Trades. Okay, we tagged it with APRN. Unfortunately, we can tag the videos with only one stock at a time, but you can go into the event archive section, scroll down, and you can get Tuttle Trades, and it says fundamental analysis on APRN, VTSI, GNSS, and DocGo. Okay, so you can take a look at that, and you would know that one of the big things that's potentially driving this is the possibility of them getting a big Florida contract. Now, this morning, we were told by Chris Tuttle, who did that show for us, he gave us a note from Northland Capital. Massive Florida emergency response contract award scheduled for this Wednesday. It's Monday. And we anticipate GNSS to win it. So you can go back and look at that video if you're a VIP to get his kind of calculations on what that means for GNSS fundamentally what it could mean for the stock price if they do win that. But Northland coming out just days after Chris talked about it on our show about winning Florida. Northland comes out a few days saying we anticipate them to win it. We jumped on that news. We're in the stock now. It's got some nice volume today. No, this volume's not us. We jumped on it a little bit, little small size right now, but someone else got in. Look at that, 50,000 in like 2 blocks. So that one was not us, or smaller than that today. But in any case, take a look at GNSS. We're waiting now for either a run up to Wednesday. In fact, because we don't know if Northland's right. So I think what we might do is hopefully we get an event anticipation as we're starting to get over here. We get an event anticipation and maybe we'll sell like 25% or something like that into the event on Wednesday. And then we'll see, right? If we win, we go a lot higher. And if we lose, well, we took a little bit off the table on the event anticipation run up. So that's a play on GNSS. I told you about Tesla and the targets, I believe, closer to 238 to 240. Oh, man. Unfortunately, in the morning, this is his Air Force deal. AI, I mean, this is really good. I don't know. Why did we get shaken out? We shouldn't have gotten shaken out. Shame on us. Okay. So where can this go? I think we gave you targets in the morning. I think we gave you right up here. Top of these two candles first, about $34. So I think $34 is your target on and this 20 DMA maybe will move down. Maybe we'll take a couple days and that 20 DMA will meet the 34. And so AI looking good. Shame on us, giving you a good idea, and then we got shaken out. Okay, well, you know what happens. All right, so let's see if we have any questions here. Let's see who's on Rumble. All right, so if you have any questions, now the time, put it in YouTube chat or in the Rumble chat. All right, well, GNSS at the high of day right now, $3.30 versus times 333, looking good. APRN, look at that, man. Imagine if we go green today, that will be a beauty. What was the high? The high was $9.20. All right, so I'll cover just a couple more while I wait for comments because I know there were two that was a big one last week, and we're still. Oh, let me cover this. ACHR, man, this is crazy. ACHR new 52-week high. Kathy Woods keeps on buying. Heavy volume today. I don't know if there was news. Let's see what Benzinga says. Okay, no, it's just a day after the Benzinga Kathy Woods news that she bought more $20 million worth of ACHR. That's getting a 2-day move out of that because I believe that came out on Thursday night, that news. You can see the initial spike Friday morning from Kathy Woods buying being reported Thursday night. This is probably her buying right here, initially reported here. And then you get a secondary move over here. You're above the 52-week high. Look at how beautifully it's been riding up that 20-day moving average. This has been one of the strongest stocks in the market. Why does this keep switching here? Let's go to day. Okay, this is one of the strongest tech stocks. And give me another tech stock riding up to 20 DMA. I think you'd be hard pressed to find it. So ACHR is now the darling. I mean, this is the Tesla, as at least for now. I don't know fundamentally if they'll achieve it, but for now, the sentiment is that this is the Tesla of the air Tesla of the airspace. Okay, airplane Tesla, right? So that seems to be the developing sentiment. Unfortunately, we're not in it today. We played it the other week, but things are looking good. I may have to look for opportunities to re-enter, as I talked about this morning. Okay, let's see if we got any comments. Okay, the other two I wanted to talk about were VTSI and where are they? VTSI and what happened to my list, man? Should be right here and Quick. So VTSI and Quick are both down 1%, and I'm sticking with them. All right. So I'm surprised. Okay, I am surprised Quick isn't up here in the 850 to 9 range, but I double checked my homework this weekend. I talked to some other investors about this, and I'm pretty happy with my analysis. And sometimes you just have to wait a little bit. So I'm waiting on Quick. Haven't sold any. Same with VTSI. Although I like VTSI a little bit less, I really think the inflection, there's a bigger inflection at Quick. Although a lot of people disagree with me, they see it as opposite. That VTSI inflection was bigger than Quick, but I think the VTSI inflection already happened. They've been profitable for a couple quarters. They've already made major changes to their operations in the last quarter or two. Okay. So it's just a continuation. I guess some people like that. They're like, okay, we have 2 or 3 quarters of continuation. Now I can consider that an inflection because it's real, because it's 2 or 3 quarters of this being proven. So that's how some people are looking at BTSI. On the other hand, for me, quick, this is the first time they've guided for significant profitability in the second half of the year. Significant. We're talking big numbers. Went through them. The second half of the year, Q3, particularly Q4, they're going to have some big prints on EPS, which is going to make the stock look really, really cheap. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised to see the stock in the $12, $15 range later this year as those earnings reports come out. And I'm just holding that because I think it's going to move up ahead of those earnings reports as well. So, all right, we're having a little bit of a tough time right now today, last couple of days in our largest positions, but we're sticking with it, trusting our research. Sometimes you just got to wait. Okay. Did I talk about overstock? No. Now let's talk about overstock. This has been terrible. We've been dead wrong about the price action on this. Dead wrong. And unbelievable, because we were buying at each one of these support levels, not only the 20 DMA, not only the 50 DMA, but some candle supports in between. The gap fill over here on Friday, it went below the gap fill. What now? Is it heading to the 200 DMA at 23 plus? Maybe. We've been so wrong about this, but I just cannot get over this, what I'm about to show you. I think I showed you before, ranking on this. It's still at 8. That's insane. It's been at 8 all month. We're now August 21st. Their app ranking was like overstock was like 55 to 80 on average. The old Bed Bath and Beyond was also like in the 50s. And now they've relaunched, and look at the company they've been in all month long. Target at 6, Etsy at 9, eBay at 10, Nike at 7. Are you kidding me? I don't care what the shorts say. I really don't. I understand maybe what's the short thesis here is that Bed Bath & Beyond was a failed company, and they gave all these coupons out for 20%, and Overstock is now doing the same thing. In fact, they have a 25% coupon this month. So who cares if they have all these big sales? They're just going to drive themselves into the ground. If that's a short thesis, so be it. These discounts are temporary, the 25% coupon. And not only that, but it's only for select products. There's a lot of restrictions on this 25% off coupon. These guys aren't stupid. They're not going to drive themselves into the ground, okay? The revenue is going to be monumental. And I don't know if they're going to pre-release that. I mean, we're talking about like, you're going to see their revenue like maybe 2-3x sequentially. Something gigantic is going to come. And maybe when they pre-release that, or say give us an August number or something like that, who knows? Like maybe the stock will gap open at $40. Like, I don't know. That's how strongly I feel about this. And I've been wrong on this so far, and I've been wrong on other stocks before. So that's why you diversify. But I'm sticking with this. And we've been buying on the way down, and it's been extremely painful. But in a way, we're very excited and optimistic. Now we have a very large position, at lower and lower prices, and the thesis hasn't changed. Okay, you're right here at the 20-week moving average. Maybe that'll be the bottom at 24.50. We'll see. Okay, but man, those bears have conviction. We're gonna have to just wait and see who's right. Those shorts. Okay, got a couple comments here. See what we got. NVIDIA flying. Yeah, NVIDIA is up 6%. So this is the earnings anticipation run. We opted to play this via SMCI rather than NVIDIA because you don't know what's going to happen in earnings. You never know. But this positivity, we're wrong so far, right? NVIDIA is up 6%, SMCI is up 2%. But SMCI has already had their event. It's already de-risked. We already know what their earnings are, and their earnings were pretty good. The stock is very cheap, and this has room to maybe 270. What's that? 50 DMA at 272, which is, let's see over here. And NVIDIA reclaimed the 50 DMA, even reclaimed the 20 DMA. Wow, look at that. So NVIDIA having a great day. I guess they're the leader in the space. Good for them, but I'm not buying this ahead of earnings. Maybe I should have, at least for an event anticipation run, but we'll stick with SMCI. We bought more this morning, seeing the strength of NVIDIA. We opted to add more SMCI, which is working, but not working as well as NVIDIA would. So good job. La Familia Guru, if you're in NVIDIA and it's flying, that's beautiful. I'm in NVIDIA in my personal account and my retirement account, so getting the benefit of NVIDIA there. All right, let's just hope. I think if NVIDIA blows it out and has really good guidance, we'll see what happens. Maybe the market can run up into Jackson Hole on Friday. Maybe take some off the table, maybe buy some hedge. We'll see what Jerome Powell says, and we'll take it from there. All right. So that's the show for today. Thank you for joining us. If you want to be part of our pre-market show every morning at 9 a.m., plus we have a chat room. We have lots of developing cool app features here. Let's go to you real quick over here. Let me just show you this chat room here. It's pretty cool. Inside our VIP trading chat room, we can put in nuggets. Got some visual issues we still have to work out with the image sizes and everything, but we can put in a little bit of a nugget over here. People can rate it, right? Community can rate that. We can get an aggregate rating. You can comment on it. It's pretty cool stuff. All right. So hope to see you there at storytrading.com/app. And with that, wish you a good rest of the afternoon. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., everyone.